So this week we'll start with the article that I wrote a summary on, and it's a title that study shows positive relationship between workplace training and job satisfaction. And it's a specific type of workplace training that they're talking about here, specifically ethics training. And they so the questions of this is, what is the relationship between ethics training and perceived ethical culture? What is the relationship between ethical culture and then workplace behavior? And then figuring out, does ethical culture mediate the relationship between ethics training and workplace behavior? Methods included 175 participants from construction companies in India filling out a questionnaire that measured perceptions of ethics training, ethical culture, and workplace behavior. Ethics training was measured through questions related to employee perception of ethical standards within their company, and workplace behavior was defined and measured as a combination of the elements of job satisfaction, employee commitment, and intention to stay. And I added this page here of definitions so we can kind of get an idea of what they're talking about here. Ethics training, they defined as the extent to which an organization can give guidance to employees regarding organizational processes for developing positive workplace behavior and the ability to deal with ethical dilemmas. And they noted that by receiving training on ethics and acquiring new knowledge, employees are expected to have an increased belief in their abilities to judge ethical issues. And it creates an awareness of rules, procedure, and enables the employee to gain expertise in the application of more philosophies in dealing with ethical dilemmas. So it's all surrounding this ethical dilemma thing. And ethical culture, they used a previous study by Trevino as a subset of organizational culture, representing a multidimensional interplay among various formal and informal systems of behavioral control that are capable of promoting ethical or unethical behavior. The formal systems are like policies, hierarchies, training, and then the informal systems include like respect to colleagues and ethical norms that are around the culture in the company. And the workplace behavior, intention to stay, is the employee's conscious and deliberate willingness to continue their relationship with the firm. And they didn't give a direct definition of job satisfaction and employee commitment, but did say how they relate to each other and why they included them in the study. Because job satisfaction is narrow and talks about certain aspects of job limited to the task of the environment, whereas employee commitment is a combination of organizational goals that are from the viewpoint of multiple constituencies. So that's a quick definition page here. And then the results were that ethics training was positively related to perceived ethical culture. And then in turn, ethical culture and ethics training were positively related to workplace behavior. And they found that ethical culture partially mediates the relationship between ethics training and positive workplace behavior. Ethics training was significant, and the partially comes in here, where ethics training was significantly related to job satisfaction and employee commitment, but intention to stay did not have such a significant relationship. And so the key takeaway that I took from this especially for consultants, is trainings revolving around ethical considerations in the workplace can influence organizational culture that make employees more satisfied at work and keep them more committed to the organization. So I'll open this up to all of you and see what you think.
So ethics training was positively related to perceived ethical culture. Ethical culture, ethics training were both perceived related to workplace behavior. Ethical culture partially mediates. Okay. So
in the study, it was just a questionnaire, so it wasn't as though they actually gave ethics training and then tested the results from that, correct? It was more just asking what they thought? Okay.
Yeah.
So it was just a self-report, perception-based survey. They're looking at correlations, not.
Yeah, this speaks to a lot of the other data out there that we've used in like the diversity and inclusion, and what that, how having more inclusive spaces, which kind of, it's very similar to ethical culture, right? If you're treating all cultures that are part of the organization in an ethical manner, and adhering to all, giving all a voice, it is going to increase employee morale and job satisfaction. So,
Yeah, I mean, it
valid.
makes the correlations are pretty intuitive. The interesting part is this mediation piece, which basically says that, I'm assuming it says that perceptions of like positive ethical culture, at least in some way, explain the relationship between the training and the outcomes of workplace behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So like training helps to hopefully enhance the culture, and then that culture then enhances workplace behavior. That's kind of how. Hey, Alyssa.
Hello, sorry for being late.
No worries. So like that, and that, remember that mediating is explaining the relationship. So what it's saying is training doesn't directly lead to workplace culture enhancement necessarily, but it leads to an enhanced culture, and that culture leads then to workplace behavior. Yeah. So there's potentially other ways of enhancing workplace behavior through different types of training, not just through this type of training, as long as it enhances the culture.
The culture.
Right.